Alright guys, we're back with another one. We just wrapped up this patio. Looks absolutely stunning. This was a $6,000 project, including the side and back that we're doing, which I'll show you in a second, plus the patio. Everyone sees the numbers. We actually just did like over 100K in revenue last month, and everyone sees the numbers and they're like, you know, either you're impressed or you think I'm a fraud. But the number is true. The reality of the situation is you want to know what the margins are, and you want to know whether it's profitable or not, and if you should get into this line of business. So without further ado, let's do a bit of a breakdown. We did this whole patio. This is like, I don't know, 250 square feet. Dug it out with a machine in like 2 days, laid it, whatever. So we did this job in a weekend basically. You come over here with me. We resanded and pressure washed all of this interlock here. So we pressure washed and resanded all of this. I quoted like 300 bucks for this part of the project because I was like, yeah, it's just a couple bucks, as a couple bags of sand. But really I should have charged more than that because this took way too much time. It was only like a couple hours, but still, that's too long. And if you come over here, we actually did the whole front entrance last year. One great thing about this street is we actually did the neighbor's house and the other neighbor's house last year, and we did all of this last year. So all of this was picked up and relayed last year. But if you come around this side, I'll show you what we did on the weekend. Basically just replaced the capstones on the retaining wall. So these brilliant white stones right here basically just gave them a new look. Nothing crazy, not a whole project or anything. So a couple little side jobs and the patio, that was 6.1K. If we do like a little bit of a breakdown, materials ended up around like 2.5. I would say closer to 2. The machine rental for the Dingo was about 400 bucks, and then Belden and Santee, they were about another couple $100. So the profit on this one ended up like between 3 and 2.5. You can get a lot of decent jobs like this, but it was only 50% profit margin because I was doing a lot of the work. Like I graded the whole patio. Santee and Belden were kind of just, you know, brainless digging. You can get really high margins in the industry as long as you are doing a lot of the work, but at the end of the day, that's not what you want to be focused on. You want to be focused on growing the company and closing deals and that sort of thing. So most of my jobs don't actually look like this. Most of my jobs are more like 20, 30, 10% profit margins because I'm not the one doing the work. I'm just running materials. I'm just like closing the deals and that sort of thing. But for this one, it's the weekend, it's summer, why not come out here, do it myself, make a couple $1,000. Normally, you want to be aiming for around, 10 to 30 is a healthy margin if you're doing nothing, right? So I'm just bringing materials and that sort of thing. Ideally, I'd get to the point where I'm not even doing that and I'm still making that margin on the jobs. Most of my jobs don't look like this in terms of numerical value. Most of them are a bit bigger, like between 10 and 20,000, and the boys do all the work and I don't pick up a shovel. I just bring them lunch and bring them material. So those are kind of some rough numbers. Hopefully that gives you an idea of the profitability, the breakdown on this one. Anyways, like I like to flex the numbers on Instagram and everything, like, oh, $100,000 in 1 month in revenue, whatever. But all of that just went to basically like, you know, you have to understand there's only like a 10 to 20 to 30% margin on that in construction because there's so many expenses in this line of business. Like all this stone was like over $1,000. You have to pay all the guys, you have to pay the trailer fees every month, you have to pay the truck fees every month, you have to pay fuel, you have to pay rentals, you have to pay anything that goes wrong. I lost 6,000 bucks this week because I ordered the wrong finish on a countertop for an outdoor kitchen, which was 4,000 bucks. And I also didn't budget the correct amount for a railing job we're doing in the other side of the city. I budgeted 2,000 for it. The materials alone was 4,000. So this week I am down 6K. So although, you know, revenue's high, there's the saying, revenue is vanity and profit is sanity, for a reason, because I'm going insane right now because I'm losing a bunch of money. But this one made up for it. You win some, you lose some. That's just an honest breakdown and review of the profitability and numbers in the industry. So, or at least my numbers. So hopefully that gives you guys a good idea. If you have any questions, leave them below. Be happy to help you. The Instagram's blowing up. Make sure you follow, DM me there, ask me questions. If you need help, let me know. Otherwise, God bless, take care. Happy Canada Day.